Today, we will learn about two groups of people, Native Americans and settlers. They lived on the plains a long time ago, and I will tell you about their lives. As you listen, pay attention to words like wagon, horse, teepees, cabin, buffalo, and crops. These words are important to understand the topic. Look at the pictures while you listen to help you follow along. Native Americans were the first people to live on the plains. They lived in groups called tribes and worked together to survive. Many tribes hunted buffalo, which gave them food, clothing, and tools. They lived in teepees, which were made from animal skins and wooden poles. Teepees were easy to move when the tribes followed the buffalo. Native Americans also used horses to hunt and travel quickly across the plains. Many years later, settlers moved to the plains. They traveled in wagons, which carried their families and supplies. When settlers arrived, they built cabins made of wood. They also started farms where they grew crops like corn and wheat. Unlike Native Americans, settlers stayed in one place and worked hard to live on the land. Native Americans and settlers lived differently, but both groups used the land's resources. Native Americans hunted buffalo and moved with the animals, while settlers stayed in one place and grew crops. Both used horses, but in different ways. Native Americans used them for hunting, and settlers used them to pull wagons and help on the farm. Their homes were different too, with Native Americans living in teepees and settlers building cabins. Life on the plains was not easy for either group, but they each found ways to survive. That's the end of our story. Native Americans and settlers lived on the plains in unique ways. Remember the important words: Native Americans, wagon, horse, settlers, teepees, farm, tribe, cabin, plains, buffalo, crops, and resources. You will use these words in our activities today.